With such conditions of deprivation prevailing in Kampuchea, increasing numbers of Khmers have managed to find their way to the country's border with Thailand. People like this woman, who gave birth to her child as she struggled to make the crossing. Hundreds of thousands of Khmers are now to be found in places like these. Some of them are holding centres, established securely inside Thai territory. Others are vast, sprawling encampments that have grown up with no definable limits and with a constantly fluctuating population. This means that not only are they in the danger zones close to the border fighting, but also that no one knows at any given time just how many displaced people there are. Some of them stay a day or two, most much longer. What's certain is that all of them wish one day to go home. In carrying out its responsibilities for coordinating all medical aid to the camps, the ICRC has had outstanding support from the national Red Cross societies. Doctors, nurses and nutritionists have come here from Australia and New Zealand, from Canada, Japan, America, from the countries of Europe and from the host country itself, Thailand. Each morning, the delegates report to the local ICRC base near the border. The medical teams assemble at the central pharmacy, where all the Red Cross medical supplies are stored. Men and women from all over the world who have responded to the call for help in carrying out a major humanitarian operation. Here they load up with everything they expect to need to cope with any emergency, before setting off in all directions to the various camps. One of the many difficulties facing the relief agencies is that they are unable to use the roads across the border into Kampuchea. But on the Thai side of the frontier, the ICRC and UNICEF arrange convoys to bring much-needed rice to the border encampments. Representatives from the Central Tracing Agency of the ICRC regularly visit the camps, bringing for the lucky ones letters from relations living abroad.
Mr. Molivan, Non Chamrun, Monsieur Taihu, Kakuyu, Hip Kem Sin, Ban Samet, et puis là, Liang Heng. Kakuyu, il est ici? Ah. Pas Kakuyu. Maintenant, Madame Samuk Kali. Liang Sita. Monsieur Tan Teng Ho.
For the homeless people in these areas, Red Cross delegates represent a link with another world. There's always the hope that they may have news of friends or relations, or may be able to trace members of families who have disappeared or been separated by the fighting.
Les 65 familles, ce n'est pas 603. 65 familles, oui. 65 familles.
Vous êtes partis ensemble ou bien vous êtes tous arrivés ici ou vous êtes dispersés?
Je ne sais pas. Peut-être ils sont dispersés.
My family are very poor in my country today, and my father are sick. My father are sick in my country today, and I want to take a medicine here and some rice for my family. And I have no money for buying for my family. I want to buy the medicine here.
At one of the distribution points along the border, the arrival of the trucks is awaited patiently. But today something has gone wrong. They wait. And they wait. And then the reason for the hold-up becomes clear. On the edge of a nearby encampment, there's a sudden burst of military activity. What caused fighting to break out is not clear, but in any case to the victims it's unimportant. For them, this is yet another upheaval in their tragically dislocated lives. Red Cross delegates wait for the green light from the military authorities to allow them to go and look for any casualties that may have been left behind. Meanwhile, the refugees clamber onto trucks and buses that have been rapidly summoned to carry them to safety and another stage in their rootless existence. The border between Kampuchea and Thailand is both long and ill-defined. As you travel south, the landscape changes. But the principal problem for the International Red Cross remains the same: the plight of the homeless, the hungry and the sick. Here at Kamput, the medical coordinator, who comes from the Finnish Red Cross, is Dr. Koskela.
At the beginning, we had very many cases which we couldn't save anymore. So we lost patients because of the malaria and because of the very bad malnutrition. This building here is a school which we changed for a hospital ward. And because the building is rather good, we also took that heat surgical unit close to this place. The operating theater and the additional services are established in the tent. The border is about 2 kilometers from this camp. Every day there is fighting going on in that border area. We very often get war casualties, wounded soldiers and wounded civilians. We were requested also to supervise and to advise building this new camp on the opposite of the road. Altogether it was originally planned to have only 20,000 refugees, but since a few weeks we were told that in the future this camp will probably have 40, even 50 or 60,000 refugees.
It's sometimes forgotten that as refugees from Kampuchea have flooded into Thailand, so the lives of some 200,000 Thais in the villages along the border have been totally disrupted. The relief program now provides basic assistance for them too. Several relief organizations are helping the Thai authorities deal with the vast influx of people. The United Nations High Commission for Refugees is responsible for the administration of this huge holding center at Khao I Dang. The ICRC runs the medical program. The camp covers an area of 4 square kilometers on land which has been provided by the Thai government. Over 100,000 refugees are located within its boundaries, and one way and another, Khao I Dang is rapidly becoming a large, well-organized town. Red Cross medical teams must be flexible and able to adapt readily to different conditions. One team from the German Red Cross makes a daily safari to a border clearing where a small number of Khmers, mostly women, come for treatment. Dr. Holger Dietz.
When we first had 2 teams coming here, we found about 300 sick people here with malaria. It was an epidemiological area for malaria. Nearly 90 to 100% of the people had periodical fever. They were very bad malnutrition. They had no provision of any kind for quite a while. And we had to start our work on very low measures like bringing in food, building up hospitals or wards to put the very sick patients.
Vous demandez pourquoi elle vient me revoir. Alors, à quoi aller?
Non, đau.
Non, khuôn có đau.
Dạ, hay trên chùm 2 màu, tam chùm 1
Une
đau.
béquinine
Đau khô lang, đau.
Manifestation présentoir.
They have now nurses looking for the patients in the night and slowly build up a system which they can pertain themselves.
It's impossible to calculate accurately just how many of the Khmer people are now living in the border areas. But at one time there were more than 800,000. As always, in such crowded conditions as exist here, there's a continuing anxiety about possible epidemics, something the medical teams work hard to prevent. The provision of medical treatment and food supplies will remain the first priorities in helping the homeless people for a long time.
The next one will come here, but it's special for this one. It's for the medicine. And the hospital is very close to the bridge, so it will be better to unload the medicine in near the temple.
I tell him.
Huh? Okay.
Almost all the food comes from the World Food Programme. Its distribution is organised by the ICRC and UNICEF. But the problems of arranging rice distributions on the border are never simple and are frequently hazardous. On one occasion, a convoy was attacked by armed raiders. At the same time, many refugees were killed or wounded, and ICRC hospitals in the camps were looted and burned. As a result, for a time, food distributions to some of the camps had to be suspended altogether. Some of the people here have travelled more than 60 kilometres on bicycle or on foot to collect rice for their families inside Kampuchea. Now they must cover the same distance, carrying loads of up to 75 kilograms. It's one of the ironies of the situation on the border that these Khmers are able to make their way back to their country by the short route the relief agencies may not use. The only food and medical supplies reaching the Kampuchean capital on a regular basis arrive in Phnom Penh from Bangkok by air.
I believe also that the outside world has no idea and cannot really imagine how life is here. I've been in the port to get in our first relief ship, and the workers in the port, they had to learn how to put a string around the bags to lift them out of the boat and to unload it. We brought also some trucks, and they had to learn how to use these trucks. And they are very, very fast, the people, but they have to learn it, and that takes time. And this example is valuable for everything. And you know, after so many years of war and problems, they do not have anymore a lot of skilled people. You see, in the first beginning, we got very much the impression that the government is trying to install themselves as fast as possible. We do not have to judge the manner or the kind of the system, but we are living in this system. That's one point. The other point, we felt very much that they do not really know the ICRC, and they do not really know our goals, and that we are not working in the name of any government, but that we are working for the sake of the people, of the victims.
To carry out effective humanitarian action, the ICRC must at all times continue to demonstrate its impartiality and its unqualified neutrality. Only by doing so can it maintain its credibility and hope to achieve its aims of protection and assistance for all those who need it, in all parts of the world.